Yeah, welcome. How is you, Stoney? How is your, I guess, morning? I'm guessing. Oh, shit. I am in the most tired state I've been in a long time. As much as I almost thought about not streaming in the morning anymore and swapping that for something else, because it's not great. Mm-hmm. What are you helping Maddie with? Holy shit! I need something to wake up. That is. Yeah. Alright. I have questions for you, Stoney. You tell me if you have answers. Do we need to work on some specific things for you today? Or are we continuing on the dark mode thing? The dark mode is beneficial for you too, right? That's the thing. But if we have, I am tired. I have bad news about that. I wanted to wait a bit. But yeah, no. I mean, if you say so. Don't encourage me to use these. 1 second, and I'll be back. Oh shit. I haven't bought a whole new tray. Let's start with this, right? I haven't. It's just a bit different. So, as planned, on Sunday, the entirety of the pack disappeared. So we finished the 24 cans this Sunday, and that was good. But because I knew I wouldn't have anything for today, I bought other things, and I had food before stream, like real food. I had like an apple, like basically 100 grams of apple, 100 grams of pineapple, a hot pocket, and proof. You want the size of my belly? There is no... I ate less yesterday, so I'm like... This morning I wanted to eat something. That was the plan. The plan worked. So we're good with that. So I had like a hot pocket, which is not the best thing ever. But anyways, not the plan. The thing is, I took the big one that are not sugar free, so that's kind of bad. Like I love how they say 100 milliliters is like 46 calories. You're like, oh yeah, 46 calories, that's just like nothing. And then you're like, oh yeah, but this thing is like 473. Holy shit. That. Yeah, so yesterday I had like a lot of things going on. For legal reason and recording reason. I can't disclose things. No, I'm messing with you. I basically had a meeting with the health department around here to get the Noxy. Hi, welcome on in. How are you? To get the thing that's called my number card, which is basically the health insurance. Right. No cat kiss? That's fun. So yes, I had like the meeting to get my insurance, which is good. I paid for the whole fucking year in one go. That costed 55,000 yen. Yeah, 55,000 yen, which is 500 euros. I mean, kind of a bit less, but like, let's say 400 euros as a reference, which is not that expensive, but it's still expensive. So that happened, and then during the weekend we went to the Gundam factory. I sent some pictures to Kat yesterday. Can I have that? Let me see if I can show you some stuff from here. I doubt it. Yep, can't. Noxy, how are you? How is everything? How has been everything? What the fuck? The syncing didn't work. Anyways, breakfast, you know. Ooh, that happened. And that makes no sense. So my camera is telling me that it's tilted this way. But for me, it looks like it's tilted this way. Ah, for fuck's sake. This is starting to be complicated. Oh, yeah. Of course. This one will be complicated to get. So I have like I have the first Awakening Gundam video recorded, which is like 11 minutes, and so it's difficult to showcase that. Anyways, I can show you this. Probably. show you this? I don't even know if I can show you this. Yeah. I know. He wants to be able to get multiple platforms in one location, but because it had to work. I just explained that, Stony. I mean, Noxy, that's the regular stuff, right? Did it sync through? Oh, and now I turn to a slideshow. That's not good. That's not good. I'm waiting for the camera to sync the content through Google Photos, but I'm pretty good. I'm the most, as I said, I'm the most tired that I've been in a while, so I need some rest, but I also need to power through stuff to make sure that everything works and everything is ready before things are changing. That doesn't help you or give you any information on what the fuck I'm talking about. I know. I don't know why Denny is on No Mercy file, but Denny's on the No Mercy file. That happened. What do you call do the rest? What is the rest? I want to know. Also, you may, I doubt it, you may see that the camera look a bit different, and that's because it is. I bought a new lens. Finally, I went to store and bought a new expensive lens that is how can I explain that? Was on secondhand Japan basically, and so Japanese secondhand is just the most amazing thing. Most of the Japanese people are like me and take care of their devices as much as they can, and you end up with like brand new looking devices. And so this lens right here is the most recommended streamer lens, which is the Sigma 16mm f1.4. That's the one that we have.
just resubscribed for 8 months. AAOAH, I hardly hype, hardly he AAOA beauty.
How are you, Phil? Thanks a lot for the resub for 8 months. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome back. I hope you're good. So that lens here in France is costing around 450, 470 euros. And I paid 39,000 yen for this, which is equivalent to 270 euros. So I almost had like a half-priced lens, which is great because it's in a perfect condition in its box. The only thing that is annoying right now is I don't have the ND filter that I used to have on the other one, and that ND filter would have helped here for the luminosity, because right now the only light that is coming through, I mean, first of all, you can see the screen with my glasses, that's not great, but the only light that is coming through is a sliver of the window that is open, like basically this, and yeah. It's getting a lot of light through, so I can't open the blinds anymore. That's kind of sad. So I need to buy a something. I need to buy something. But the thing that I wanted to share before the shit goes through, this. Went to the Pokemon store in the weekend, and yeah, we had that amazing thing. So I don't think I have the back of this, but it's basically like a long ass pillow that goes down to your butt, and it's a hugging pillow that goes against your back on your chair to get more like a more comfortable thing, but it's like hugging you, and it's cute. I almost bought it, almost didn't, but almost. Yeah, that's yeah, that's basically that's the only thing. I like this picture. I like this picture a lot, but yeah, so that's one thing that I wanted to share. And there was another thing that we went to during the weekend that was pretty nice. Let me see. Can I do that? Yes, I can do that. Please do that. So that happened. If you're someone who's into these things, I went there. It's kind of big. It is kind of big. So we have like a lot of these. Look at that thing. Like, I am probably the size of his hand. Plate right there. This is huge, and we had like games inside of it, which are pretty cool. The miniature for them that they built to check to make sure that the things were true to size and like working. That was pretty cool. Looks amazing.
Canimatius just resubscribed for 19 months. AAOA cash, AAOA cash, AAOA cash, AAOA cash.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for the 4 cashes emotes. 19 months, holy shit. You're closing on 2 years. You're closing on 2 years. 2 years is a long time. So yeah, we had that thing. It's pretty cool. I'm not the biggest Gundam fan at all. To be honest, I think I have never watched any of the episodes that exist. Neither the old one or the new one. But yeah, I don't know. The experience was nice. This gold one is like pretty cool. I love these clear. I mean, clear for everything, every time, always is a good option. Will always be a good option. And they are like kind of cheap. This one is one of the most frustrating thing that I've seen. Let me explain. This, let's not. And now I can't unzoom. What the fuck? One second. The page is unresponsive. Holy shit. So, this thing. I zoom in. This thing right here. I have like a weird ass picture anyways, but fail, hi, we're going. This is a pillow Gundam, like a plushie, but it's fucking plastic. It is hard as fuck, and it looked like it was a fluffy little marshmallow that you can have and give to your nephew, like, so that they don't hurt themselves with it. It's the hardest thing on earth. It's just full plastic. It's not even hollow in the inside. It's like it's a full solid block of plastic that looks like a balloon. And I was thrown off by that. That's it. But yeah, we had these lemonade things. Goofy, hi, we'll go on in. So, Gundam Factory with the Gundam in the background. I think that will end up on Instagram at some point because it's a pretty cool picture. And then I took like pictures of the Gundam from further away, where you can see the scale of things a bit better. So yeah. And then if you just use the wide angle, it looks tiny. It's still big, but it looks tiny. Looks like a teeny tiny thing on the plane. And then because we went in the morning, on a day when people are not really there, we ended up with a lot of space and not crowded, and that was pretty good. I think the most annoying thing that happened is when they were doing the waking sequence, where it's the first time of the day. They have like a pre-recorded soundtrack with the sound effects, and the Gundam is moving and all that. When that happened, there was a guy that just decided to cross paths in front of my camera and stay there. Not an issue, right? At all. But in the second time that there was animated and we were on the upper floor and I was filming the thing, the same fucking guy came through and kind of stayed in front of the camera for a second. I was like, this dude doesn't know. But yeah, anyways, there was a gratitude wall where you could like decide to get like a sticky note type of thing and write a message and then stick it somewhere. And I found this one, these two things that I think were kind of amazing for the quality of the content. But then I had another one next to it that I took a picture of, and I kind of want to have this sent to Kat at some point. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good assumption, but I don't know. There was a ton of them. Anyways, moving on. So that was fun. That was a fun time on the weekend, and we'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see what comes to the Instagram, and yeah, there has been other changes. Welcome back, Stoney. You missed the entirety of the segment about the Gundam factory, and the picture and me of sharing pictures. There have been some changes during the weekend. So we had our first successful with a heavy quote, successful YouTube stream on Saturday. Neptune, hi. Yeah, but you missed all that, Stoney. You showed this one, and you were like, fine. You probably saw this one as well, which is fine. Like big ass tattoos and all that, and then you left. But then you missed the miniatures. And
That kid Neptune just resubscribed for 9 months. What's up, AOA and chat?
Thanks a lot for the resub. You keep the sub, baby. You take care of it. But thank you for 9 months. I appreciate that. This was like a progress, evolutions of detailed figurines. And how they changed over the years, and the models and all that. Well, that was pretty fun. Tried to get the most aesthetic pictures, but I couldn't. I think my favorite is... yeah. I really think that my favorite is the gold one, just because I'm a bougie ass bitch, and right, anything gold is good. But then the clear one, the half clear ones are just so good. They had t-shirts that I kind of wanted to buy but couldn't, because the cotton was way too heavy. It is painted gold, so it's not even real gold in any way, shape or form. It's just like, it's just gold paint. Just gold paint. But yeah, no, these things, the plastic one are good. Yeah, I agree. Let me see, do we have that? I don't think we do. I don't think... Bitch, where you at? No? Yes? No? Still no? Alright, still no. I'm trying to see if we have the video itself. I don't see it. 1 second. Sturdy. Oh, that was broken. I know what that is. yeah, it's still thinking one item. The heaviest one, I filmed the thing in RAW and it's 11 minutes. I'm guessing it's probably somewhere in the range of the 5 to 6 gigs video type thing. So I'm kind of sad about that. Anywho, so during the weekend on Saturday we had our first fully functional YouTube stream, which was really interesting. I see more potentials right now on the YouTube streaming, mainly because the delays that we used to have when I started are not a thing anymore. So that is pretty good, at least for me. And music was kind of loud. And yeah, I shush. I know it's the morning, but still. I have. The best one that I know is the Career Foundry on YouTube. It is shit. I never know how to type the forking title. This channel right there, this is one of the best one that I follow, not religiously, but they have like really good overall videos about how to be better at some specific jobs. And it's not just design related, and it's not just like classic old school advices. So that's why I like them. But as any YouTube channels, there is like a lot of bullshit videos to create content with things that are like very basic and right that you probably already know. But overall, in the grand scheme of things of that channel, it's really good, and I highly recommend it. And then there is another one which I never remember the name, which I think like Kane knows the name, but right, you know, the classic. I think if I do designer portfolio, the name of the guy that does the designer portfolio reviews, that is pretty known. But this bitch, I want to kick that person in the face every time I see his face and heard. Not Flux, the other one. As always, right? I just know visuals. So I shared one of these on the Discord. Agent Smart is good, that is true, but it's not the, it's debatable. This one, that's the one that I was looking for. This guy is also really cool. I am very aggressive with that person specifically, yes. Stoney, I kind of shared the reason here. That's his profile. I don't know how entitled you have to be to claim things like this and not be a piece of shit. I don't know. I don't know. This. Like it doesn't sound like a designer that emphasizes on collaboration and creating things for their client. Like stating that you are the creator of a trend that existed before you were born cannot be a positive things in my eye ever. Like if it's basically like if I was saying that I was the trendsetter of creating carded design with sidebars and modular block layout like I do on your site. No. No. Like, you cannot be the creator of glassmorphism because glass existed before, and then you cannot be the creator of neuromorphism because it's based off skeuomorphism. So it's just, I don't know. No, I made you make it because I saw it somewhere and I found it interesting, or I saw something that was related and I found it interesting and I said, yeah, that's something that will take off 100%. But I don't know. It's just weird. We have basically the same amount of experience. Like, he might be a bit older than me, and then as racist as I am, he's Spanish, so I can't. No, that's not true. But yeah, I don't know. Blue blocker, as in people who have Twitter Blue paid that blocks them. That's interesting. I might need that. However, I would miss some of the people that I really follow because I have some Twitch streamers that have Blue specifically for tweet editing. Like they basically said, well, it's expensive, like $9 a month is expensive, but for the ability to be able to change a tweet when you made a typo, or let's say you paste a link and it's not the right link, and you tweeted it without really thinking about it, and then you can't edit it, you need to like change some things or like delete the tweet, re-upload the tweet. Annoying. So for tweet editing. Anyways, so yeah, that person, I'm really aggressive around that guy. There is like the other one that I had like a bit of gripe with because of the type of content that he was making, but then I came across that guy and I was like, oh, the other one that I kind of didn't like in the beginning is like a saint compared to this one. I don't know. Anyways, this one is really good. Really recommend a lot of his videos. And then the last one is a bit more expensive, as in it's not free. Let me just find it for a second. So that, you see these things? That's not good. So this guy, first of all, this guy is amazing. So if you want to just follow his Twitter, do that. Reed is an amazing Twitter creator. What do you mean I'm crashing your server for some reason? Not yet. I'm not on it. I mean, it's just there. Reed is great. They created a thing that I'm trying to access, but I absolutely can't find it right now, which is Dive. I like that. I don't know if they have like a link. Yeah, they do. Dive.club is something that I would recommend you check. It's shit, that's not the right button. It is one of these things where I'm like, I could benefit from the content that is here. And as the entitled bitch that I am, because right, I am as well a very experienced, long-time user of design and all that shit, that doesn't happen often. There is like basically 2 events in my life and in my career where I was like, you know what, that design teaching things could be useful even for me. So that gives you like a bit of a hint of how much good content there might be in there. The only thing that I don't like about it is the pricing strategy and how things work. It's mainly like a one-time fee for each of the segments, which is kind of not the greatest, and right, it's expensive in some situations, but they are basically like workshops and talks and things that are interesting. The main reason why I'm sending you this link and this thing is, if you want to pay for it, that's fine. If you don't want to pay for it, make sure that you check each of the creators that are in the realm of these things, that have videos in there, because usually these creators, me included, once they have something that they know, that they are thinking, well, I could teach that and sell it or make a course or something, it's probably something that they have talked about in the past without being paid for. Like me, everything that I do is free because I don't want to charge for what for the information, because I think the information is necessarily free inherently. Anyways, if you check their Twitters, if you check their Instagram, their YouTube channels, because some of them have YouTube channels as well, like this person right here that we know, all that, beige, hi. If you check them on the socials, there is a high probability that the content that they have here is already available. So Femke, for example, is someone who is active on YouTube and has like a ton of content. If you wanna check her YouTube, you might see things that she is currently selling in there, but in different parts, right? So this one is a condensed option, and if you just can't afford it, just go on YouTube, go on Twitter, go on things, you will find the content 100%. Yeah, that's the idea. Depending on who you resonate with, some people are better than others. The thing that I would say that for me, that's a very specific thing and personal thing. I need to have some type of understanding of who the person is, how they speak, how they interact, what is their like behaviors model, before I can like say enroll today. Like right now, I absolutely need a video that explain or give me the voice of the person. because if your voice doesn't match with what I can hear for like 15 minutes, I will kill the video immediately. So I need like a video thing to make sure that I am okay with that. Because sometimes you have like a strong French accent, and that's not an option. That's not an option. But yeah, do these are great. There is also From Fonts. There is the 10x Designer. Blindfish, hi, welcome on in. Thank you for scanning yourself. I appreciate that. So yeah, no, I mean, if I sent you like a video of the Nothing team doing something, right? Which one was that? Reviewing some type of fake products that people did. I send it to you, and basically they have a French designer in there. I think it's this one. But right, I was looking at the video, that was fine, everything was fine, and then there was one person, that guy, the accent killed me. I almost clicked out. 20 seconds in the video. 20 seconds in the video, and I was like, yeah, that's a good video, that's interesting, they are reviewing things that, oh, fuck off. That's basically what happened in my head. Just the French accent broke me out, and I I don't get it. You can't hear it. Let me see. I don't think I can send arc through. Might be a bit loud, so let me just move that here and potentially music there. Tell me, can you hear that? Is that audible? You tell me. Nope. Well, you can't hear it. I hate that. It is making no sense. And that either, right? Right? Can't hear that. Anyways, if you want to hear it, it's in the first 30 seconds of that video. That's it. I can't do it. I can't do the accent as he does. He has like a very Parisian French accent. Even like it took me a second and a half. Like that's it. Not much, but it almost clicked out. Anyways, so all that to say, if the person that you're trying to learn from has an accent, a voice, a way of speaking, a cracking mic, something that doesn't connect with you, you may not want to stay and learn from that person. So make sure that you have enough understanding of the person and of their way of teaching before you buy anything from them. Right, because that is important. Yeah. I think my main issue with accents in general is I mean specifically French accents. Usually French have been learning English for a long ass time, and then at some point, which is basically when they are like 12, they say, okay, cool, that's it, I don't need to learn more than that regarding the accent and the way that speaking, like people are speaking. And then you end up with these weird ass accent like this Félicien, and that's just yeah, so weird. I don't know. It's yeah. I'm French. That's it. I can't go past that. Stony, your website is kind of dead, so I can't even load the Gundam TV show that you sent earlier. I'm sorry. Yeah. Doodlebug Dev, hi. Yeah, I'm French, but it's not a good thing on my side. But how are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? I kind of want to know. With your name, I'm guessing you're a dev, but we never know. We never know. It's like saying English words in a sentence in a different language in perfect English, right? And French people are doing the same thing, but with French words in perfect French in an English sentence, and that's what breaks me. It wasn't you recommended. Hi, thank you, recommended Twitch. Thank you, I appreciate it. We're not doing dev work, we're doing design work, as you can potentially tell. I don't know. But yeah, thanks a lot for following. I appreciate that. I like the bread profile picture. That is kind of nice. So yeah, so we did design. We work with White Panther from time to time, if you know who that is, and we work with Stony Eagle, usually on Mondays and Tuesdays. I mean, Mondays and Wednesdays. And then if you have design questions, design reviews that you need to have, all that usually happen on Fridays, but we can do that on the other days as well. And yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean? But yeah, no, today, or at least what was supposed to happen, or is supposed to happen, is the continuations of the creation of the dark mode. So we have the badges right now. Some badges have been polished and finished, so that's good. The tags are done. I decided to move out the checkboxes into the checkboxes page. We've done the menus on Saturdays on YouTube. So we have 2 options now for our drop downs menus. We also flat out reverted these things to make sure that they work in all situations. Can I do that? I can do that. Cool. So now they are using the input fields for the selects. So technically speaking, I need to move the inputs above that. for organization's sake, but we did also the input. As you can probably tell, a lot of them are good. Some of them are still broken. I don't know, but we have like a good base here. Selects are done. I said that, and then we did the checkbox that we had, added these intermediate options that we didn't have. So that's a new component, and also the radio buttons, and the toggles. This is Untitled UI, which is a good shit. Untitled UI is a UI kit, huge UI kit, and currently they only have light mode. I'm using it as a base for No Mercy. I'm using it as a base for White Panther website as well when we are doing the designs. And so all of these things, I mean, both of these websites that I've built are dark mode first with the option of light mode. But it's with the option off, and the UI kit itself is light mode first with no option for dark mode. So right now it's for making sure that I can transfer things and not have to override on the pages. So right now, for example, on No Mercy on the website, we have a dark mode first elements, but all of the things that are here have strong overrides on top of the components themselves. Like if I were to revert that to the original state, it is a bright ass thing. And right, it needs to have a dark mode component as a starter. Yeah, the free version of Untitled UI is pretty good. I would highly recommend it. There is how is it called? Yeah, they have one. They have one. There is also the Align UI that it's not free, but they are currently in pre-order season, and they said that they will set it for $100, and they are currently at $49. So, right, Align UI is pretty good. I think it will have like a dark mode first approach, which I think is a good idea. But that's for later. I love this thing. I bought it already. But yeah, Untitled have the Untitled free right there, which contains most of the UI kit. There is still things. I think I can do that. Can I do that? Can I? I can't do too much. Well, don't go too much of a boat with the light. I'm thinking of a way to formulate what I'm saying. I don't like the way that Jordan has built 99% of his components. So Jordan is the creator of Untitled UI. I love Untitled UI as a whole because it's useful and it's make my work go faster. But the way that the components are built doesn't match with my head. So with me recreating an alternated version of his UI kit with another style, that makes this thing better, because every time that I'm going up like on top of a component to make sure that it works on dark mode, I'm also rethinking how these things have been built. Like, for example, right now you have this frame that is having like a 16 pixel padding, but then these two have 4, so that means that the outer frame has a 4 things. And so for Stony, for example, when he's using some plugins to extract the components code from Figma, you end up with a stack of frames that are not exactly like, you have one div for the outer components, that's good, with some specific properties, and then inside you have a nested div, which has a nested div, which has a nested div, which has a text element. And that's way too much. that is way too much. So there are some rethinking that needs to happen here and there, and I'm trying to do that every time that I'm upgrading a component to dark mode. So these things happen. We also changed the ring, so I don't know, but yeah, that's basically what it's for. It's to make sure that the build for on stream is easier. Anyways, I drink too much, I need a pee. Give me like 2 minutes. All right. On YouTube, I did these amazing pro streamer move of going to the bathroom, coming back, and forgot to unmute. I mean, not forgot to unmute myself, but like basically when I went to the bathroom, it muted and muted, and then when I came back, I just brushed through and ended up with the last 15 minutes of stream with me speaking in nothing. Pro streamer. And because there was like basically no one in chat on YouTube, and no one told me. So yeah. Anyways. Anyway, so we did all that. We did the checkboxes, which I think could be renamed Hey Again Doodle. What do you prefer, by the way? Doodle bug or dev or bug dev or doodle bug or doodle bug dev or DBD or what's your preferred name? I need a buy. All right. Fair enough. I guess Doodle it is. I usually prefer to have like names that are really close to the on chat names. That way people know who I'm talking to. Oh, fuck. I have a fat headache since I woke up. That's also a thing. You can call me AA, yes. Some people call me AA, some people call me A, some people call me AO, AOA, AAOA if you want to be, right? I don't have that many A's and I don't have an H, but some people don't put the H at the end, and yeah, they do that. Didi, hi. AO is my name in Japan. Owl is the color blue, which is, I mean, currently they are not exactly blue, but still. And so yeah, it's the name I use when I need to do like a reservation at a restaurant, or I have a meeting or something to do, and right, that helps. Yeah. That is interesting. Also, I'm looking far away from the camera because the chat is, well, I could do that. Yeah. My real initials are AAOA. That's why my name is this way. So yeah. And Jeannie, if you have like an ad for AO, I would love to check that. This stream is mostly just chatting, but we go into the software and game dev because 99% of the time you have questions about design and I'm in there. Yeah. Game dev as a hobby. And then I don't exactly know what a top-down online strategy game is, but I think I have an idea. But if you have like a project link or something that can be checked, I would love that. Yeah. I'm really like to check the ad. I like the we're here to give you what you need when you need it. That's pretty good. And I'm sure you didn't hear a single fucking sound of that video, but yeah. Yeah, Doodle, please share a link. 100%. Oh. I probably can't do that. For it's not that I have the sound off, it's that it doesn't go through. So there is probably a thing called I'm on a Mac that doesn't that wouldn't work, and then I don't download things from the internet. While on stream. So if you have like a website, yes, but if not, probably won't click on that. But I appreciate sharing. I appreciate the share. If someone else in chat wants to try it out, they can, but not for me. I do. I think you have the exclamation mark Discord. That works. Right on time, stream element. Right on time. Like, not even prompted. Just great. Anyways, I was looking at things yesterday and some of my components were kind of broken. So I have also, or I am also thinking about getting the specs done properly at some point, because that needs to happen. And we also need, as I said, to do the theme, light, dark, for these things, and that's annoying. Let's be honest. It is annoying. I wanted to create a game as well. Sorry, not a game. Just a fun game here on stream, creating a shape and then asking you the brand that goes behind it, because I'm sure that you probably know. That happened yesterday, not yesterday, 2 days ago, when I was like walking outside. That happens, and I saw this. Do you know where that's from? I think it's even better if I do the I don't know how. I mean, I know it's not the right font, that's for sure, but that speaks to you? Does that look like something that you've seen before? Yeah, I wanna check that. I think the original also has some types of things like this. I forgot if it's black or if it's white. I think it's black. Free sub for the first person that gives me the right answer in the next 4 minutes. Until it's 20. It could be, but no. That's kind of true. It's kind of true, but Best Buy is blue. And that's kind of dead. Blind fish, that's good. That is good. How happy are you with it? That song is so bad. No one knows this? Holy shit. By the way, right now I created that with 2 rectangles in the technical term of what I should have done. I should have done this. So this should have been like an auto layout frame, and then these should have a drop shadow, and said drop shadow should have been that color with 16, and 0 in blur. That gives you the exact same effect. Yeah, you've seen it. You've seen it before, 100%. I have a bit of a doubt on the dollar sign. I think it might be smaller, but I just don't know how much smaller, and if it's in the front or in the back for them. I have a bit of a question here. I mean, that's a start. That's a start. Well, you have 45 seconds to give me an answer to this, but I mean, it's just a silly game. Basically, I was just, as I said, walking, and I said, you know what? Maybe it could be interesting to see if people have like an understanding of the world around them and how things are. Like, for example, if I were to get rid of the drop shadow and change that for this, and did that, right? I mean, that's a tad strong. That's also a thing that is inspired by something else, and you probably know what it is as well. These, if my memory is right, and I think it is from IKEA. The pricing on their advertisings are done this way, and they have these Oh, they have the yen in at the top. That's the that's where it's from officially. So I was close in terms of colors. And you've seen that many times, and you recognize it as something that you've seen before, but your head just said, you know what? It seems familiar, but I don't know. Yeah, I haven't been there in a while, but I just see ads on the subway. I see ads everywhere. There is the internet that has ads as well, and their ads have things will work. Blindfish, you want to message on your own? Yay! It's tiny. But I don't know if that's me. They don't seem to appear. But that's cool. That is cool. So do you recognize this one? I think my blue is kind of off. Have a bit of a... I think that's it. Do you recognize this one? Yep, fail. You're right. That's basically Twitter. And so there are like a lot of patterns like this. The games that I had in mind was just like creating things that are recognizable and easily right, do that. What do you mean tossed me offline? No. Just for you. Well, I'm not. I am not offline. Anyways, yeah. So, there is conditions. It depends. Yes, I am a freelancer and you can hire me if you want. That's an option. But I'm expensive and I don't do just UI. I do like a lot of things. Strategy, alignment, making sure that the like market positioning is on point. These things that takes a lot of time, and so that's why it's expensive. However, taking a look at what you have and giving you some suggestions of directions in which you could go, that is an option, yes. But I wouldn't do a UI for your game. No, I would give you hints and reviews on what you already have. And if you have nothing, then it starts to be work, and that's different. And the study, for some reason, it came in. I need to change my theme. That was a fat delay. Talking about Twitch being cat, hi. I have a picture for you. 1 second. Where is you? No, not you. Not here. I took that for you specifically. I'm not sending it to you. You need to take a peek at the stream. If you have the time to type in chat, you have the time to take a look at the screen. Anywho, if you missed it, you missed it. So yeah, Doodle, if you wanna share, that is, we're in the mess, right? That's from Maddie. If you want me to take a look at your game, please, Doodle, send a link or a thing that you have done, and I gladly take a look at it. I will gladly take a look at it. What was I doing? So these things, right, are absolutely bad when it comes to the design that we've done, mainly because these should have the black components, dark mode components. We need to work on these. You also said that you sent a video in the self promo. I have doubt. TV UI is for later, Stony. You said that you didn't want me to think about different sizes, so I didn't. Is it that time already? Kinda. Sorry. What does it do, or how does it work? Can you explain it to me? Because right now I don't have a lot of understanding. Holy shit. I mean, from what I understand, you have your carrot here. You click on it, and the more you click on it, the more you get a passive cost. And then once you get enough money at the bottom to buy a carrot, you can click on it again, but then you have this brown square that just popped in for some reason. So I don't know. The box dropped money. All right. I mean, if the logic works, I think it can always work, right? First game, all that. By the way, hi to the Discord. Holy shit. Oh, I'm overexposed. Alright. Oh, holy fuck. Sorry, I'm waking up. Kinda, not really. Trying to. Why now, son? Why now? Makes no sense. Yes. 1 second. I'm coming back. Ah, I dropped. I'm tiny. I don't have a fish. I have just my name. Just me. And also it's reversed. I'm guessing it's because I'm going this way. So the name reverse with the skew that you have. And now because I turned the other way, yeah. Do I get bigger if I get like more chat messages? Why no fish? I don't know. Alright. At least you drop someone. So you drop the names. Names are good. That's a good start. You have like a good event listener on the chat messages, who's sending them, and then if it's first or not first. So basically is if first, then drop. That's cool. You'll find a solution. I know that. Oh, why the headache? Now? Oh shit. Oh. What? Next to your name where? On the fish? Oh, it was a first time message. That's it. Give me context. Doodle. No, I'm not a mod, but you can see first time message now on channels. What is this? What am I looking at? Right now I don't, you say don't question the assets, so I'm not questioning them, but I don't understand them. So I need context on what it is and what it does. Like I'm guessing this is a map, but so it's Basically, these things are clouds and these things are locations. Is that the point? All right. So Age of Empire, civilization, types. Kavai, hi. Welcome on in. How are you? How have you been? Welcome on in. These camera. I need the fucking filter. All right. Let's. It's time. It's time. Earth is good. I love Earth because, right, they are eco-friendly things. They plant trees when you buy a fucking filter, and yeah, that makes sense. Anywho, shit. I need to know my size, but what's this size? I don't know. 67. I guess. Yes. Please. Sorry. That needs to be here. Congratulations, Kavai. That is absolutely great news. I'm also absolutely overexposed, but that's fine. Yeah. I mean, that's good. That's even if you didn't get the job or get the project assigned to you because someone else was objectively better compared to you from their point of view, they recognize your skills, and they, first of all, they had like a conversation with you to make sure that you have had like enough skills to be considered. So that's great. Congrats. And right, it's the beginning, as always. You need to start somewhere. I am so fucking annoyed by that overexposing of the camera. It's just blowing my mind. Can I change that to something more blue, like so? Maybe we are in the dark right now. Really dark. I hate it. Yeah. So remember that it's the beginning. In the beginning, you are not the best, and that you get better with time. And that is great. Fuck, that's amazing. That doesn't happen often. Having someone in an interview type thing telling you, well, we really like this from you, but we didn't like this, and so you can improve here, and maybe you can reapply later. That is great. Yeah. That's yeah. I mean, great news. Yeah, and in the meantime, right, because that's also one of the things that they are thinking about as a company. What I would do is, if I have someone that has potential but isn't or hasn't the skills just yet, I am 100% sure that they will, if they continue, like if I encourage them, and you said you're pumped up right now, which is great, but if I hype them in their skills and their abilities to do things, there is a high probability of them just giving me like everything I need 3 months later. So if I don't see your skills right now, but I see progress from your first one to your current one, and then I tell you, well, maybe later we can have another chat and have another job for you, you will be pumped, you will work your ass off to get better, specifically if you've seen the competition, and then 2 months from now, you have another call with them and your skills are way higher than they used to be, and then they hire you at this point because you are better than what you used to be when they had you in the first place. So that's a very good move on their end and a very good move on your end as well. So congrats. If you don't mind sharing, what was the negative points on their view? You can do it every day. Don't worry about that. Look at me. I'm not exhausted. Not even a little. Here's a section from the test that I... Yeah, I mean, that is a very valid point. I don't know if you have an ad right now. You might be in an ad spiral. I'm sorry about that. And probably if I'm saying that and you are in an ad, you don't know that I'm saying that. So whatever. But let me wait a bit. Just in case. Just in case. Let's wait like 30 seconds. Just in case there was an ad and you are about to miss what I'm about to say. Because that can happen. I hate that. You see that reflection? I hate that. Yeah, so my recommendation right now for this specific feedback, that is like, you're good, not exactly what we want specifically in terms of style. Best recommendation that I've had and used for a long time.
Stony underscore Eagle gifted Kavai underscore a subscription. Stony underscore Eagle gifted a tier 1 sub to Kavai underscore. They have given 60 that. Gift subs in the channel.
9 more. I would say the best recommendation that I would have for you is go on. Dribble might be a bit complicated. But I'd say Behance might be good. Behance might be good, but also, I don't know. I'm saying Behance might be good because it's bigger. You have like more explanation of project and all that, so that's a thing. Think about it like this, right? Take a platform that you like. So if you like Pinterest, Behance, Dribble right now, use Behance and find projects. Let me show you what I would do, because that might help. Right? I can't with the lack of light It's so dark in here. Anywho, let's say you're looking for a landing page. Right? Yeah, but mobbing is paid. I don't like it. Did you hear the voice, the sound effect? I never know. I think yes. There might be double this time. Anyways, right, you're looking for SaaS landing page. That's the thing. I mean, right now it's like one fuck ass tag. We don't give a shit about that. What I'm about to say is you go in here and you take things that you have no interest in at all. So let's say this is interesting, this is interesting, this is interesting, maybe this one is interesting. I don't know. I'm just like using the central click for the creating new tabs easily. Like, right, you just click on things. Once you have 10, no more, no less, you click on that and you look at it and you say, well, what's the design? What's the design choice? What's the design type? Would I be able to create something similar? And then, right, there is like a lot of 3D happening on this one, so you might not be able to do so because 3D is complicated from time to time. But if you have the skills, or if you have like the understanding of the layout right here, for example, try to recreate something like this. And that might not be your style, but that's good, because that way you get like used to something that is not from you. And then you go into the next one and you're like, what the fuck is that shit? That's so different than what I would have. All right, let me check, can I create something similar? And the goal is to create things that are out of your comfort zone as much as you can, to then be able to say, if there is a client that asks you something that you have no idea how to do, you can cater to them specifically because you have made something on the style that they are asking for in the past. The goal is not to just do shit, but the goal is to do shit that have potential. So for example, this one is very like game related UI for the app specifically, and it's tiny. The presentation is not as much. This one is a very minimalistic logo design branding project. You have a lot of colors, but you have like the same similar shapes here and there, and then there is some presentation, whatever. And so all these is just to get the viewer to say, oh yeah, that looks like something that we could have in our product. And based on the brief that they will give you, that is one second, you didn't watch the fucking stream, right? Yeah, do that. Do that, get inspiration, check like these ones are really weird in a way, completely different than the other ones, and I don't know if I would be confident in the creation of these, but maybe. Right, cat, that's the picture. I took that for you. Yeah, and try to make the mood board like per style. Of course she didn't win. All right, I'm out. Anywho.
Bad, Ayo, bad.
So yeah, do that. Yeah, you did not hear the shish because it was used in the previous sound alert. You know that. I need the filter that disable sources. I can't do that. I can't do that. So, right, just get the inspiration from things, and then and then once you have enough styles, different styles, in your mind portfolio, the better you would be. The thing that I reminded people last time was I used to spend around 3 to 4 hours a day in inspiration. So spending time on Pinterest, Behance, Dribble, Instagram, other websites that do design curation, and 3 to 4 hours a day when I was starting, to make sure that I just fed my brain with as much inspiration and different things as I could. I don't take the time to do so lately, and I feel the difference in my creativity things. So that is good. And yeah. Let me check the fishes again. Neat. What is me? So what does happen? Lionfish, what is the what's the goal right here? How does that work? Yeah, so Kavai, the thing on my side, so I was looking at chat heavily. The thing on my side is also half of the things I can't really share because fashion is a lot of naked stuff. I have some pins, boards, things here that are pretty good, but the UI and UX boards, I have like 4 of them. So I have this one, the 3D one, and I sometimes have really interesting things for UI, but whatever, web, and then user interface. These are the main 4 that I use for keeping things. Maybe icons can be counted in there, but that's small stuff. Referencing direct design related stuff to digital design. However, the bulk of my inspiration is coming from the rest of the boards. So the techwear ones is a huge one. The knives things is also really influencing on myself. The wooden creations and the stairs are giving me some ideas for some layouts on digital products. So I would highly recommend you to not just look at UI design. I know you probably already do that, but right. I'm trying to comprehend chat. So, Cat, you get vertical working. Cool. Not even. Not even. Let me show you, Kavai, let me show you something that might, or how I could create like a relation. I can't really show you fashion because that's a bit too much, but let's go into bathroom. Right, let's go into bathroom. Here I'm not, like, if I take the latest one that I have, what can you take from that? Like, as a designer, what can you take from this? This is a very minimalistic, like, how we call that, clinical environment. It's white, it's purely white, it looks like a 3D render, but then there is the shower that has this huge ass iridescent gradient thing that attracts your eyes, and then the tiles on the wall are kind of pinkish to reflect, like, reference the thing. And what I'm taking from this is what colors needs to be in a very specific hues, in a very specific space to be attracting the eyes of the user. And so in that reference, the creator has a very clinical white UI, and then the most important element of that white UI is the shower, and that is highlighted with color, and specifically here with a gradient of color that is probably changing depending on the angle of the camera. So that is what I mean, it's going to be very expensive to realize. Oh yeah, no, not devs. And so here, right, I'm just saying the theme is very simple, and it's just like a white environment with an accent color that is a gradient color, pink and blue. If I'm going to, I don't know, this one, it's the same thing. It's a very minimal element. It's a black color palette with transparency and glass, but it's not frosted glass, so it goes through properly, and it has a lot of grain. The stone texture is interesting. It's what it takes. What it takes from that is that, well, texture is interesting to give the user a tactile feel, and so that's why in some of my recent backgrounds IDs, I'm using noises in the background to get the user to say, oh, that's the floor, that's the tactile element, and then everything that is on top of it, like the glass, is a shiny element that is like polished and as clear as possible, so that the user understands that these clear things are interactive, and the tactile elements that are on the floor are just here for decoration. And you can take that from everything. And right now we're just in bathrooms with just 450 pins, which is not not much. Right? If you go on web, you just have web stuff. And if I go into abstract, which is, well, abstract stuff, there are things I kept them because I love the color palettes, or I kept them because I need to go into the hair salon and get like my hair white like these ones soon. Or I've seen this and I'm like, you know what? That could be a nice UI if you see it from the front. So you can be inspired by a lot of shit, and you can be inspiring others with a lot of shit as well. So just don't just be into like this. This is a very current state of hero header backgrounds effects that you can just implement that, and that's great. It's a mix of pixelated plus dot matrix design. It's great. It's great. How do you track trends? That's a good question. Here you go. Let me show you how you track trends. Selmic, hi. Welcome on in. Good morning. It's early for you. Trends are set currently, I mean less and less, but still, set on Dribble. This is how you detect trends. You go on Dribble, you get the new and noteworthy section, you stay in the discovery page, and you just scroll. That's it. And the more you scroll, the more you will see details and things that are similar. So if I scroll until I have the buttons that says load more, which is usually 3 to 5 scrolls, or 3 to 5 loadings, right there. What are the trends that I'm seeing from here? Here, from these scrolls, which I scroll kind of fast, I've seen a lot of orange, a lot of blues, and a lot of interesting mockups or 3D elements. But that's the current trends. We are going back into an era of gradients. There is a lot of illustrations and custom made elements, but blue is coming back, as I've been saying for 6 months. Orange is also coming back, as I've been saying for more time, but that is the regular trends. And then yeah, you can see that there is like a lot of abstract background that happens here. There is another one down there here, and yeah, that's the trend. The current trend on the discovery is blue. Blindfish, are you going away? I guess yes. If you are going away, please take care of yourself. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. Good work on the fishes, and we'll see you soon. Yeah, I appreciate that. Let's check the last video so that I can see that Brandon is live. I'm sorry. That we need it. Yeah. All right, I understand it better now with that presentation. So you have farms and then gold and then things that you can harvest. That's pretty cool. All right. But then you need to define what you can harvest, what you can have, what are the elements that are present on the tools, probably some workers, other things. Neat. Yeah, have a good rest of your day. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I appreciate that. And thanks a lot for the follow earlier. So you can go in each. Thank you. You can go on each. How can I say? Each sub-level categories. If you know that currently you need something that is mobile and trendy, you can just do that. You just do new and noteworthy. Because if you do the popular is like who on Dribble is currently the biggest channel, who has the most followers, and the more follower you have, the more views you're gonna get, and the more views you're gonna get, the more popular you are. So it's not exactly true, to me at least. It doesn't feel like something that is representative of the current state of design. It's just a really good way of finding the currently most followed channels on Dribble. If you just go into followings, that's the people that you are following. So, right, you should see these. But if you go into new and noteworthy, you have people with small amount of views, or like this person has like 580 views, but maybe it's great, maybe it's bad, maybe there is a reason why there is only 580 views. It's pretty good. Like, it's a nice slider. I would have that higher with more views, but because they don't have like a lot of followings, then they are not in the popular section. So that's why I'm stating or saying stay in the new and noteworthy. You will get more quality-ish content right there. But you can do the same thing in each subcategories, just like the Discover will mash everything together, a bit of everything. And so if you really know that you are working on a web design thing, then you can just scroll the web design thing and you will see the trend. The trend right now is like either you are extremely unique or you are extremely classic, and things are really blue. Things are really gradient and really blue. That is the transition. It's the transition. Orange is coming back. I've been saying that. Orange is currently coming back, which is great. So yeah, that's the best option to get a trend. You go on Dribble. Dribble is usually where people are like creating the most outrageous, impossible to create UI. And if you have something that is like impossible to create but looks amazing and seems like something that is like great to use, you will get people that says, well, that's not feasible, let me do something that is close but achievable in dev. So you need to know what is feasible, not feasible. Basically, the rule, even though Stony will disagree with me, but the rule with what is feasible and what is not feasible is there is nothing that is impossible to achieve. The only metrics that will take place is time. So you can create the most out there and visually impossible to create thing. It will take 2 years to be built by a dev, but it is achievable. So then comes the other question of how much time do you have, and that usually reduces the amount of things that you can do. So knowing the limitations of your dev team, knowing the limitation of the tools that you're using to create that thing will help you to know what is feasible and not feasible. And usually the things in the effect categories in Figma, for example, are or have similar names in CSS, and so you could go into can I use, so to check if the markup is an option, and type something like blur and you will find. So can I use, right, you're here and let's say you are looking for as I said, blur. So maybe blur element is an effect. There are other effects. I think it's backdrop nowadays. Backdrop filter. Where are these available? And the more green you are, the better. Some people said the cacti. We don't have any. Right there. Shit. Like these. Partial support are not really to be taken into consideration, so you just need that. Pure green, the more green you are, the better. And yeah, so so you can do that, and it's just like a matter of how flexible your website needs to be. So some of the examples that also exist are does the website needs to be a responsive thing? Does it need to have like flexibility in it? Do you need to think about its flexibility, or do you let that thinking to the devs? Maybe that's a thing, right? You give the devs the main design for the website, and then they will need to just think about it to make sure that it works on tablets and mobile. But maybe you can create a page for tablets and mobile saying that the website works better on desktop. You can still access it, but some things will be broken. And that's like a bit of information message that appears to each user before they enter the website. That way they are like 100% aware that the site that they are trying to access is not the best for their the devices. But it's a thing. So yeah, just make sure that these are options. It's really, I mean, it's really simple. It's pretty simple for me because I've been doing this for so long that I kind of have a good understanding of what is and what isn't viable, not viable. But like the more time passes, the easier it becomes to create things that used to not be feasible 5 years ago. So I remember that iOS 7 came out, and there was this glass morphism type design that was like highly implemented in the new UI compared to iOS 6. And technically speaking, in CSS, the backdrop filter blur was there but not really working, or not as implemented, but feasible. And even today, the backdrop filters on some browsers are just not taken into consideration. They are transforming themselves into a transparent rectangle. So, right, it's still better than before. Like Android is now able to create these backdrop filters and glass effects way easily compared to 5-10 years ago, and it will be the same thing like in 10 years. There are things that currently are complicated to achieve, and they will not be complicated to achieve then. So take that into consideration, and just know that maybe you can push back some design choices for later update. That can happen. Can I do that? Kinda. That is a bit much. Holy fuck, I can't. I can't with these blinds today. It's not working. I can't lower the ISO. I'm at ISO 100 and it's flashing, as in I'm at the lowest that I can have. I cannot go lower than this. It's it's already at the minimum. I guess I could do that. 1 second. I kind of don't like to do this, but if I do this, what's the point? It is a very sensitive one. I have to say. It's this fucking lens is sensitive. Yeah. I mean, this is the one that I was using before, which is the 2.8, and right now we are at 3.2, which is like, what's the point? Anyways. So yeah, that would be my recommendation, Kavai, for everything. Just the more practice you get, the more like improved your skill will be, or the more skilled you become. So yeah, practice a lot, and you will get better. That makes sense. Not exactly, but yes, but not exactly. Confidence is important in the sense of that way you don't stop working and say you're a bad designer and you can't do shit and blah 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 blah, right? But you have two directions kind of that people are taking. You have the direction of confidence, you have the direction of technical. So I'm more of a technical person than a confident person. My confidence in my ability to do shit is coming from years of experience rather than confidence that gave me the years of experience. So, and also I'm technical as fuck. So everything that I learned as much technicality as possible, as in when I learned how to create good looking shadows, I did like a fucking workshop on shadows and how to make that like work. When I was in skeuomorphism era, I learned how to create 3D looking buttons in a 2D environment. I did that on paper. I learned how to do all these things that are absolutely not used anymore, and these like technicality basically gave me the confidence to say, well, I have the ability to create these things with no issues. So if you ask me to create these, I'm good. Robin Spy, hi, how are you? Good evening to you. That's weird. Knowledge, practice, confidence. In terms of importance, for me, yes. For me, yes. But maybe for you, no. That's a you thing. You need to know which one is more important to you. Maybe you need to have confidence, then practice, then your practice will give you knowledge. That's a different thing, but it works as well. Oh, I have the fattest headache, and the caffeine in that thing doesn't even get rid of it. That is annoying. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah. Good weekend. Yep. Yep. I mean, let's be clear here. Linux support in general sucks ass. Cat, not exactly. I disagree. The caffeine helps for headaches, for the one that I have, which are not migraines. Just different. Yeah, but Apple is $1 trillion company and they don't have Linux support either for some of their drivers. So, not a good example. You should do as much as you are comfortable with. Don't overwork yourself, even though, right, I recommend overworking yourself for the first 3 months and then going into hiding for like a fat ass year. But don't overwork yourself as much as you can. Take it easy, take your time. Don't overload your brain, because your internal hard drive needs to have some rest time, and all that. But yeah, as much as you can, do not necessarily different like dashboard, website, landing pages, apps, games, design, but just you can do the same exact website 20 times with extremely different design styles. As in, maybe you go into the brutalist way, which is really square, really black and white. Maybe you go into the skeuomorphism way. Maybe you go into the neo-skeuomorphism. Maybe you go into glass and transparency. Maybe you go into some type of experimental bubbles. I don't know what that is, but for the same exact content. And that way you just train yourself with a working layout to just apply different styles. And that, to be honest, that would be a great stream series. Now that I'm thinking about it. But just thinking like a very classical website. Like, let's say, let me check that. Who would have that? Framer template, maybe. So, I hate these. Let's say I want a staff pick and give me boost or where is this thing? There is like a very popular boost right there. You take these, right? Let's say that this is your website. This is a very simple landing page right there, right? You get content. There is like a ton of pages underneath, but whatever. This is a very specific style. It's a new minimalism style, so it's a mix of minimalistic design plus material UI from some years ago, mixed with the current state of Fluent design from Microsoft, but still trying to stay trendy with the purple, because purple is the trendiness. Maybe, right? Let's say I'm using, do I have that? Sorry, I might have that contact page thingy. One second. It's the, I guess, maybe in the footers? No. Yeah, that's basically it. So you have this, right, with one style, and maybe you want to have that in a very different style, and that means that the background needs to change. So let's unsplash that with, I don't know, food. Right? And then you want something that is glass morphism type, so you go into your colors and you change that for your white with 80% opacity. You have an effect that is your background blur, and then because of that, your content in here needs to absolutely be a different type of colors because it doesn't work. So you go with maybe your pure black, and then here you kind of take these. So let's do bitch. Let's do that so that's accessible. That sub-level thing needs to be, that's my input field, which I guess could have something's wrong here. Whatever, let's do that properly. And then I need to read chat because I see things happen. So right, you could have something like this and you have like a very different feel to that, the same exact design. Right now the buttons doesn't really work, but whatever. Let's make that smaller so that it matches. And then maybe you need something that is like new brutalism, which, right, kind of different. So let's go back to this, make it better. So you want something new brutalism, which is different overall. That means that it has no roundness technically. You're kind of flat. That background effect doesn't work. It's probably going to be like pure color. That thing could be white or off-white with a stroke black at 4, and then you take these, you do that. Let's get rid of the shadow, make sure that that is smaller, it matches. And here maybe you have an effect that is a drop shadow. of, let's use 16 that we used earlier, 16, 16, and 0 color 100% pure black. And you get a third version of In No Time with the same exact thing. Chat. Reading chat. I have no clue, Robert, about the Linux stuff. It's not like a Figma thing, Kavai, sorry. It's Untitled UI settings and filters, but it's a thing that you can create yourself. Basically, if you have an element right here and you add an effect that is a background blur, sorry. Let me do that. And you have some opacity in these things, so let's take this one and make it red. That one could be white, for example. If that background blur, you can see that thing. If I up the blur, you get that effect, and it's just there. And if you want to have like more opacity or something that is, I don't know, blue, that's on top, and you want that to be like a style that you can reuse, you can just click here and click the plus. And when you click the plus, you add your style and name, whatever, then you create a style, and it will be available there. But that's it. But you see how with the exact same, with the exact same base, right? That's the original. You have something really different here and there, and with a nice design choice. But yeah. Interesting. Well, I'm not in there enough, so yeah. I mean, I guess it's been around. Like Linux has been around for so long that, of course, it will change, upgrade, be better, all that. So yeah. Right? Maybe this is bad.
Fruitacita just resubscribed for 16 months. Yo.
Fruities, hi. Welcome on in. How are you? How have you been? How was your day? All that. 16 months? 16 months? 13 months. Holy shit. That's a lot. You're not exhausting me with all the questions. Don't worry about it. You can ask as many questions as you can or want, and then if I'm exhausted, I will just go away. That's how we do. So right, work on that. That can absolutely work for you. It's a very simple thing to do and achieve. And once you have like maybe like let's say like maybe you have a client that say, well, I don't like these, and maybe that's what they want, and that's another style. And maybe they want to have things like this, I don't know. But that's another style. And you see how quickly I create these. These are the exact same thing. It's just same layout, different choices. And if you want to be crazy, you can even change the fonts. So maybe you go with something like this with a bit of a color choice change, and you get the exact same value, but I don't know. It is not Gumroad inspired, but it's like Neobrutalism. That's the name of the style, and it works. It's just on the other side. Usually we go the shadow on this side for the style. There are some reasons around it. Let me just show you the reason. Shit. Right, these two things, usually the shadows are going this way. The reason for that is future is on the right side of the screen and not on the left side of the screen. So you are going to push your content to the future. You are pushing your users and your clients to the future, in which case it's on the right side of your screen. Hence, you push your cards this way. This one is going back in the past. So that's one of the reason why also the next button is usually pushed to the right side of the button stack when you have like a back and forth, like back button, next button. Your next button is going to the right side because that way you are sure that you're pushing your clients to the right side of the timeline. So yeah. I don't. I would say the best one that you can read is the one that I shared last time. I think you have it already, but this one, read the entirety of the things that are in there for the UX lows. That's pretty good. And then I think there is the ebook. Practical UI. I think that's that's one of the good one that I have. Can recommend. Kind of expensive. But good overall. I mean, the content for me, as someone who knows, content is like, yeah, fine. But that practical UI like ebook is great if you're starting. It's not like that expensive. $80 is not that expensive. It can be, but I get it. I would recommend that. And then there is also what is the fucking thing? Yeah, that's also a thing. That's also a thing. And through this, I will answer your question in a second. There is another one. that I forgot. It's something UI. It's not practical UI. It's like blah 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 UI. It's not understanding. It's from the guy that said that worked with Tailwind at some point, but yeah, I forgot right now. No. Just read them. The laws of UX thing is you just read them. You read them all. There is not too many, right? But you read them all. Read the titles, you understand them, and if you need more details, you click on that. You will have some takeaways, some origins, some more reading if you need to go deeper into how, what, whatever, and that helps. But that's how you understand it, and then you will see things that you recognize. So the law of proximity is the usual one that we have. As an example, it basically says objects that are near or near each other tends to be grouped together in the head of people. So for example, here you can see that it happens right there. You have the 1, the divider, and the text, and then you have a huge ass space before the 3. So you basically in your head groups that these 3 elements are one element, and then you have the 2 and the divider and the text, and so you group that, and then you have the same thing here, so you group these together. And then with that in mind, you have also where is this? You have the law of similarity, which is the other one that I basically just talked about, because you have these, and these. That's a pattern that you recognize here as well. You have the law of proximity that makes these, and these 3 separate elements. But then because they look exactly the same, you recognize that the pattern exists, and so you are taking that as this is an element, this is an element, this is an element. So that's all the things. Manny, hi, welcome on in. How are you? Yeah, the law of UX is basically the Bible that you need to learn when you're starting. And the more time you spend trying to understand what's written in there, the faster you will just go on Discord, for example, and you see that there are some elements and you can apply these laws to the thing that you are seeing every day. And you can like mash them together. So yeah. First, let me read that comment you said. You said what? Also X, sorry, your name is the same color as Fruitis for me, so that you disappeared. Hi, welcome X, how are you? But as you about Q&A popular questions section at the bottom of landing pages, some designers said that is bad if you need to explain something additionally. It is kind of true that some people will say that, can I have a good rest of your day? Thanks a lot for stopping by, and thanks a lot for all the questions. Please come back as early as you want and ask all more questions. But take care of yourself, have a good sleep, and we'll see you soon. We'll see you soon. So Q&A at the bottom of a screen is good as long as you don't use dumbass questions. That's a bit blunt, I know, but if the Q&A is, or if the question that you have in the Q&A are things that can be answered by having another page on your website, as in, let's say you get a question about pricing at the bottom of your Q&A, and in that answer you have a definition of pricing. Why not just have a section on pricing on your website? I think it's mostly a thing of like question about the product. My city is not Moscow, no. Oh, that's an interesting harvest state. Who? Yeah. I don't know. Kane, I have seen your question. I need to answer it just after. I mean, it helps. It helps, but I wouldn't have that much. That's for sure. On the landing page, I would have the top 3, and then a button that says all the FAQ, all the questions that send you to an FAQ page. But I mean, you have these in Untitled UI, I think, as well, at the bottom or somewhere. You had like a bit of a section that had these, right? And it's the same behavior, right? It just expand, and then you get like all the questions that I think is a kind of a dumbass move. But I don't know. It's like this one, for example. I don't know. I think I agree with many here. Like, if it's a question about the product and the thing that you're selling, that can help, but I'm not the right target audience for that. I've never been someone who reads, so all that, right, which for some reason you can't select, all that needs to be for me summarized in a line, like basically 2 lines at the bottom. Like, for me, is why do I need a UI kit? It makes you faster at your job. Done. That's it. That's the reason why you need a UI kit. You don't need it for anything else. Like, does it include the new Figma features? Yes. That's it. Or, yes, as of config 2022, we have all of the newest features added. Yeah, that's it. Is it affiliated with Figma? No. That's it. You don't need more than that. So these takes a lot of space for no reason, and I don't know. I would just have a top 3, and no more than the top 3 here. But it works. It really helps the users that have no, like, that are screening through your landing page to check things that is not really defined. So, as I said, as long as it's not content that needs to be said, content that absolutely need to be on the landing page, then yes. But I don't know. Yeah. What I use FAQ for, and what I have in mind, is like, FAQ is additional informations. So if you have informations about the product that you haven't talked about and that people are asking you about in a small quantity of questions, then yes. If you are just launching a product, you don't have an FAQ, because no one is asking fucking question about your thing ever, because you haven't launched your product. So if you create a landing page that contains an FAQ with frequently asked questions, that means that you have omitted some content in the copywriting of your landing page on purpose to specifically have an FAQ section, which I think is dumb. So yeah, I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have it. Kane, while we're here, you know me. You know that Lapa is the way to go for me, and specifically for you. You're looking for SaaS, which I should have given you directly, but you have a software page or services page that exist. There used to be a section called SaaS, but they got rid of it. And yeah, do just use that. Just use that, and you have all of the references that you need. There is also, I think, is Landbook. Yeah, Landbook is great as well. Basically, same type of content. I think lately you need an account, which I don't like, but right, that happens. And then the best of the best. It's not the best of the best, but it's a pretty good one. Maxi Best of 1 is pretty nice. They have a really good design overall, and you can look for pretty cool landing pages. They are more trendy, more designed than Lapa and Design Book or Landbook. But yeah, they're good. They're good. This one is cool. Holy shit. That's neat. Damn, I like that. Cool design. I didn't read shit, so I don't know what it's about. But it looks nice. It's interesting. I like that. Neat transitions. Really cool transition. That is 100% going to White Panther. Get rid of that. With page transitions. That's great. So yeah, Maxi Best of 1 is good. And then you can always look for SaaS product on Google. That's a thing. Yeah, that's the second one that I shared, Landbook. I was on that one. I think the because I don't have, that's a lot of, because I don't use Chrome anymore, I don't have Muesli anymore loaded as a starting point. But in the options there is also which one is it? There's like a ton of them. So Lapa is the one that I use the most. Design Milk is also really used across the board. Godly is nice, but it's also I just follow them on Twitter and they do the same content. So it's more browsable on their things, these ones. One Page Love is I think it's the one that I had in my head, but I know that they have more than these because they have like plenty. But as always, I only know logo design, so yeah. I will probably be off in the next 10 minutes as well, so yeah. And yes, I should be also here tomorrow, 100%. One Page Love is the same. Oh shit, that doesn't work as well. Such a habit of copy pasting links from Arc with the shortcut. Anyways, let's get rid of that. Yeah, have a good night, Sturdy. We didn't do any fucking dark mode today. It's fine though. But yeah, that's the recommendation, Kane, for the SaaS things. And you don't want to stay for the raid, Stoney, just so that you have more points. Not that you need them, but you know. Yeah, and now you can get like 250. Bitch, what the fuck? Why are you not? Ah. They are recommending things that are not. We rate Dash a lot. I think I must send you to Brandon. But, you know, different type of stream. And it's been a while. So let's do that. Right. So we're rating Brandon. Brandon has been out of stream for the past 2 months and pretty good human. And all that. So please join the raid. That would be highly appreciated. As always, if you enjoyed the stream, if you haven't followed the channel yet, please do so. That would also be highly appreciated. You are not subbed and you get an ad right now. That is kind of sad, but I forgot about it, so my bad. And yeah, we are supposed to be back tomorrow, and all that. I don't know. Brendan is more of a just chatting streamer with a lot of different topics, so I don't know what he's talking about right now, and that might be weird. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going out. I'll be back tomorrow if everything goes fine, if my head doesn't hurt too much, and take care of yourself. Eat something, drink something, go to sleep, all that. What else can I say? I don't know. Join the raid. See ya.